start recording now. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So here's the deal for tonight. First let me get a little swig of water here. Okay, so here's the deal. Currently what we have going on here is that I'll be working on more homework tonight. I had a good run. I had a nice, like, solid 2 weeks where I was kind of ahead on, like, everything. And now I'm being bombarded by work. So I'm like now having to take advantage of the fact that I was ahead so that I could skip out on some work that I would otherwise be doing if I was just caught up or behind. So, cause I posted the two drawings that I did for my digital illustration class. I'm in the process of posting, let's go! I'm in the process of posting, because there's 2 more. I uploaded solo and I have 2 more. With the last one, I'm wondering if I need to delay a little bit, because there's a recording that I want to do, because I recorded the process of it for like a time lapse. Hopefully I can get to that soon. But anyway, so now that I'm done with the digital illustration stuff, and as of like yesterday, done with the regular illustration project, now I'm getting new projects. So I'm not ahead anymore for my illustration stuff, unfortunately. This one is on Spotify and it is good. So today we will be working on for the digital illustration class. We haven't started the project for regular illustration yet. The project is, we got like a pair of 2 words. Like we had to pick a set of 8 words and then someone else like picked 2. And that's what we do a drawing about. That's what I'll be working on today. Because I'm trying to be a little bit different with it. Just for the fun of it, I guess. I don't know. Kind of a bad idea on my part, so oh well. That's what we're working on today. And then on Twitter, I did mention, I don't know how well this is going to go for me. Especially because I can barely hold my own train of thought when explaining what we're doing today. But I recently decided to kind of start doing research for an analysis video that I want to do, which involves me watching every single painting reviews video in existence, and then taking notes on them. What the notes are about, I probably shouldn't say to keep it a surprise. And luckily that guy doesn't have too many videos. But if you're at all familiar with his content, he has some some of the stuff is like 7 years old. I'm only 7 videos in at this point. The early stuff is very it feels very dated, that's not him anymore. And then later on, I'll have to look forward to the, 3 different 5-hour iCarly videos, the 13 hours of Victorious, the probably 20 plus hours of Sam and Cats. The Nicktoons one was good. I think that one was 7 hours. And then hopefully it's at least partially released. I know the original edit is up currently for channel members, but the 40-hour video that his dad did on his channel, on Quinn's channel, that was taken down pretty soon after. I think I got a little bit into it, I just wasn't really paying attention, and then it was wiped for copyright issues. So, hopefully there's an updated edit of it out by then. Otherwise, if I get to that point and I'm like, I need to keep working on this, I might just have to pay so that I can watch 40 hours of the Beverly Hillbillies. And I don't think any, like, just for like a couple sentences worth of script, essentially. So that's how that's gonna go for me. So the idea today is that I'm going to try and... Oh, I need to pull up the web browser. Ah! Is that I need to be having a stream going while having a drawing going, while also recording the stream, while also having Krita use the in-app recorder, which for those unfamiliar, I think I talked about this last time, involves Krita taking a screenshot every second, thus creating a folder of about 2,000 plus screenshots, which is very cool and definitely takes up a good chunk of space. Thank God for my terabyte hard drive. All of that while your background music goes on in the back, which I will have to turn off for me, so that I can have a web browser split between two screens, one with a Google Doc, and the second playing video. And you know what sucks too, is that the next one that I have, let me see what the next one is that I have. I have to turn off, I have to cut off the music for me, so I'll leave it on for you, so you guys still have access to it, because I'm not going to take that from you. Okay. Let's see. I need to go to scroll down. I do plan on doing, if this goes well for me, this video idea, and it doesn't make me go insane and flop horribly, if something actually happens with it, if people find it interesting or fun or whatever, I would definitely do more. I have ideas for more. It just, I need to get through this one first. Which is unfortunately gonna be a lot. I probably could have picked something better, but I didn't. Because I'm kind of dumb. Okay, before I cover the screen, first of all, I gotta swap accounts there. There is my Quentin notes. I'm already, granted I'm doing bullet points, but I am on, we've just dipped into page 2. I am on the 8th video. I'm on the 7th video. I'm looking at it, I'm like, there is no way that I had singular bullet point haunted disc for a 45-minute video. There's no way. Yeah, because I think I started it during lunch, and then was like, okay, I need to start my essay now because I have an essay. Okay, we're gonna close that. Let me switch your perspective over. There we go. First, let's do, ooh, the colors look a good bit different. God, I brought this up last time. It was very interesting. I need to finally start drawing now. Very interesting that, the color difference between these two monitors, the blue on the monitor, not my laptop, is a lot darker and more saturated compared to my screen. But then the brown in the Beaver is less saturated in your view. So that's weird. I don't get screens personally. That sucks for me. Alright, let me see. I gotta get my pen to wake up. How are we performing here? I need to switch to a proper pen. Pretty good, okay. pretty good performance actually. Thank God. I will say again. I've said like, oh, I've had my grievances with this laptop and stuff, but I really do like having a nice laptop. Let's see. Okay, so oh, that's right. I have two. I've been separating the layers of color. So this top one is our new layer. So this is their shaded. Oops. This one I'm turning off and on, and I do have it already recording. Okay. This one I'm turning off and on is our shaded layer, because I have a plain layer just so that like if I don't get to finish something, because these are all, I colored everything on one layer because I thought that that's what I was gonna do, and then I thought about it for like 2 additional seconds and I was like, oh yeah, if I start rendering something and then I'm unable to finish and then I come back to it and I try to select by color again, it's not gonna work because it's gonna see that like, oh, you have like other colors in this blue. Like when I shade with like purple and whatever, it's gonna be like, well, I'll just select the blue, but I'm not gonna select the shadows or anything. That's a different color. Or even if I use like the magic wand, like it's gonna select by shape. So it's gonna kind of screw me over. So I'm like piece by piece actually, let's see, I think I don't think I need to select it like that while I'm coloring, because yeah, I've already got it separated. Okay, this is blueberries. Let me see. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, okay. I am seeing the issue now. I am seeing the understanding. Okay, so I need to keep the blueberry color underneath the color layer, but I need to keep the blueberry line art above the color layer, because I kind of, originally all of this like line art, I think I was going to merge into one, and I was just gonna keep it all the like same color that we have here, and then I was like, hey, what if I didn't do that, because I kind of like how it looks to like ease in with the shading and stuff. So that sucks for me. Also, thank God for symmetry tool, baby. Although I actually don't think I'm going to keep symmetry tool. Okay, I need to alpha lock the color layer. Why aren't you doing anything? Which color layer? Okay, so this is our new, just rename these. I have 3 labeled color layer. Rendered color. Oh, I'm like, why isn't it doing anything? It's because I have the other color layer, like the base color layer. Base color. And this one will be blue berry color. Okay. And as I'm like thinking about what I'm doing here, I'm like, man, this is gonna be really hard for me to pay attention. God, oh yeah, cause the next video that I have is Quentin reviews Frosty's Winter Wonderland, which I can see when, you know, like you hover over something and it like shows you a little bit of the video that just kind of loops. I can already see his father in there, and I'm like, damn it, that's lore stuff that I gotta add. Like, damn it, that's stuff that I have to take notes on. But I don't want to. What if I just skip it for now? Let's see. Okay, I think, let me get settled in with this first, and then I'll figure out my plan of attack. Because here's the thing, as you can see, the rendering that I have for the wood here, very different from my usual, like I wanted to have like actual texture. I mentioned that for the assignment, I can't really do purple, a little bit darker. Okay, maybe. I'll just see about that. See how that goes. I know I mentioned, oh, is this even the color that I want to keep? Let me look up blueberry, like, color real quick. I was like, ew, what the heck was that in my web browser? It was the Sonic Wiki. Oh, don't let me get distracted by the... oh, an hour ago, okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm like looking at my... I just happened to look at my email. I see someone from class. Damn it. When was this sent? 9 hours ago. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh. Okay, well, I just can't. I'm like looking through my email now and I'm like seeing like, oh, my illustration professor sent a thing that's like, oh, student showcase, last day to enter. And I'm like, I wish you could have sent that to me earlier. Like, damn it. I would enter if I had the time. And then someone from a different class is like, hey, do you have notes from this week? And I'm like, damn it, I do. I'll send them later. Oh, I was gonna look up blueberries. Okay. I don't have blueberries already, like, in here. Blueberries. Ew, they look all, like, grayish. Okay. Oh, I like that some of these have, like, a reddish, like, undertone. Okay, so I don't think I want to, well... I think the purple here is decent. So we'll like start with that, I guess. Let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the symmetry on just because I kind of don't want it like being too like identical on each side. Gonna loosely kind of fill in. The thing is, like, I have always struggled with rendering just because that was like a part of like having an art style that I haven't quite figured out yet, because there are different rendering styles that I really like, but like stuff like this, like I did this because I wanted a wood texture, but erase. Oh, I need to do it on the rendered color too. There we go. Let me erase to it. Rendering has always been very difficult for me because I've never been sure how I wanted to do it, especially in a way that works with my style. Like the wood texture I did right here, I'm like, okay, I don't know what I would want to do. Like, this is just what I thought of in terms of achieving a wood texture. I think it worked. I think it looks pretty good, actually. It's just, now I gotta do the rest of it, and I'm like, okay, I can't render stuff the same way as that because it's not all gonna be a wood texture. Like, I need to have fruit textures now. So it's like not my go-to for the fruit for rendering it is like a lot more like solid, and this is probably what I'm doing right here is probably more accurate to my actual style. Like I've always liked this kind of softer, more textured shading, but I never feel like it looks good with my very like bold line work. So I try to not do it generally. When I've been trying to render stuff more and more lately. I know the Animal Crossing Boysonas that I did a while ago. That was like the first time that I really did this kind of style that I do. And then like since then, like I've been working with it more and more and more, and that's like become my like style now, and I'm very happy with it. But even like ever since then, like I've always just kind of been like, okay, cool, like so I guess we just do this and then we just don't render, which feels really weird. Like I feel like stuff, like I do want to render stuff, but I also just don't, because it's hard for my brain to do. Let me see. Although, and this is more exclusive to like food painting. Oops. There we go. Oh, damn it. Tell me. Okay. So I'm like, don't tell me I hit the wrong button on my erase, but never mind. Let me check in. Make sure. Ooh, that's very, very saturated. I will say that I think it was like over the summer I did like that Blue's Clues drawing. Like somebody posted that like, oh, I took Blue out for it was like hot pot or something, or ramen, and I just thought it was so cute, and I'm like, what if I did like a little food painting of Blue having like the ramen or whatever? And it was super cute, it was super fun. But the thing was, how I rendered that soup was like so good to me. Like I was so proud of how that soup came out. And I felt like that was kind of like a little bit of a breakthrough, but also I'm like, I have never been able to achieve that soup again. I felt like it was very situational, because the key to it was that I was like overlapping. I was like creating, I'm doing what I'm essentially doing right now. I was like creating a gradient through like repeated use of lower opacity brushes. So that's my like plan of attack for the fruit. I'm hoping that it works out, and if not, then I'll cry about it. Blocking chat. I mean, there's nobody in here currently, but well, there might be nobody in chat, but there might be somebody watching. In which case, hi, hello, welcome. I hope you're having a nice time. If you draw, I encourage you to draw with me. Even if you don't draw, maybe just draw with me. Take a little crack at it. Have fun. If you're like, oh, what do I draw? Just like Sonic the Hedgehog or something, maybe. I was in my art history class on Thursday. I think it was either Thursday or Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. And the professor is very talkative, very cheerful. And she was like, does anyone have any good news? Anyone, any like good news to share? And there was a girl that spoke up in the back of the class, and she was like, I finally have like the money saved to get a game that I really want. I'm pretty excited about that. And I think she initially took it as like a board game, and she started talking about board games. She's like, oh, what's the game? And she's like, Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm like, let's go! I kind of want it. I kind of want it, but it comes out after my birthday. Like literally like days after. And I'm like, damn, that's And I'm like not even in a position right now where I should be buying, like I just bought my textbooks. It was like 117. I know one of them was like 80 bucks. I think the other was like 40 or 45. Excuse me. But I'm like, damn, that sucks. And initially, like, they announced like, oh, Shadow X, or Sonic X Shadow. And I'm like, that's cool, that's fun. Like, good for the people that enjoy Shadow the Hedgehog. But, like, that's, you know, I'm not connected to that character. Like, you know, like, good for them. But I already have the original. Like, I'm not gonna get it. And then they just keep releasing more and more stuff. And everyone's, like, talking about it and stuff. I'm like, oh my god. Mephiles is coming back. Everyone is, like, suddenly jumping back on the, like, Sonic 06 was actually good all along. And I'm like, okay. okay, let's chill out here. Well, then I saw someone's like, you guys cannot be serious saying that Sonic 06 was, like, actually good all along because you're insane. And I'm like, I was over here, like, so long ago. Like, I feel like there were a lot of people, like me, for a time period, that were just, like, dogging on 06 for the sake of dogging on 06, because that was the thing that everybody was doing. But then I actually played the game, and I'm like, wait, this kind of, like, once you get past Sonic's campaign, like, Sonic's campaign is not fun. Sonic is not fun to control. His dialogue is lame. His plot is lame. You just follow Elise, or you follow around Eggman trying to save Elise. You save her, she gets kidnapped again. You save her, she gets and then she dies in a blimp explosion. And then you go back in time and fix it, I think. I'm pretty sure, I want to say I did finish Sonic's campaign. I think I did. No, I don't think I did. I think I got very, very close, and then I got stuck. But then, when I was stuck, I moved on to Shadow's campaign, because I'm like, okay, let me see if maybe, like, if they play the same areas, maybe, but, like, in a different order, then maybe, like, it can help me figure out the one that I'm currently stuck on. And Shadow's campaign is like, it's crazy, because then later I also did the same for Silver, because I got stuck on Shadow. Sonic's campaign is like the worst showcase of the game, because then you play Shadow and Silver, and they're so much better. They're so much better as characters. Their plot lines are better. Everything is just a more fun and interesting time compared to Sonic, who is just going through the plot of a Mario game. Like, for real. So, yeah. So yeah, it's just like, and it's a shame. Cause like, I feel like a lot of people like Sonic is he's the main guy, he's the main character. So to have him be a very weak introduction to such an interesting game is just criminal, honestly. It's very unfortunate. But you have to get through Sonic's campaign, at least to a degree. You don't have to get through all of it to unlock the other characters, but you have to get through it to a certain point in order to unlock them. And then you can't get the final story unless you finish all 3 of them. So, it just kind of sucks. I do want to go back and finish that game one day. I'll definitely want to play it on stream, I think. And then I think what I'm doing with Sonic Heroes right now, which is like I play the stages on stream and then I like S-rank them on my own time. Because that really, like, I was literally just responding to a post on Twitter that's like, yeah, that is like Like, going through Sonic Heroes on stream is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It's terrible. It's such a difficult process because, like, I'm over here learning the game in real time. And I just don't have, like, I feel like there is inherently a bit more pressure when you're, like, streaming a game versus when you're just having fun playing it on your own time. Damn it. I think I need to lower the opacity some more. There we go. I do want to, before I start correcting it with the blue, actually, I should probably swap to a red of some kind. I think we'll make it a little bit darker. There we go. There we go. Maybe. Perhaps. I feel like it needs to be more subtle. Like maybe something like that. I don't remember what I was. Oh yeah, because there is like inherently some pressure. Like when you're trying to play a game on stream, and like I want to have a sense of progression when I stream games. I don't want to just be stuck on a part for 5 million hours or whatever. I need to make this a little bit smaller. So when you're just kind of repeatedly stuck on the same zone, like all stream long, it's kind of embarrassing. At least to me. So there isn't that, like, as much of that pressure. Well, and then when I'm, like, trying to, like, A rank or S rank, because Sonic Heroes is A ranks, like, when I'm doing it on my own time, you have to be doing it, like, repeatedly. But also, like, doing that repeated playthrough the levels forces you to get better at them. Crazy experience, I know. Crazy thing to say. But then, like, the more that I played the levels, the more familiar I got with them. It, like, there were things that I'm like, oh, I was just being stupid. I'm like, oh, this is actually, like, very, like, interesting and fun level design. Once you get the hang of the flow of the level, then, like, you can just, you know, like, you can get a good flow of, like, your movement. I feel like the thing with Sonic games is that everyone's always like, look, it's Sonic, you shouldn't be just, like, standing and waiting around, you gotta be going fast, but, like, I think there are definitely some parts where it's like, yeah, no, you shouldn't be just, like, standing, just waiting an excruciatingly long time. What is it, Spring Yard Zone, I think? Has a lot of just platforms you just gotta, like, wait there. I was like, oh, okay. Alright. But, like, make sure no dropped frames. Seem to be doing good still. But then there's, like, I feel like I should add a little bit more. Just right there. Just right there also. That kind of ruined the flow that I had going there, but it's okay, we'll fix it. It's all about layering. Oh, and I'll need to have a bit of a green on there actually too. I should. Just kind of have that, like, reflective light and whatnot. Make it a little bit more visually appealing. But I like, I don't know, Sonic levels, especially the ones in, like, Heroes, there's certain ones in Heroes, like, I really, like, liked the flow of, what was the first one was Sea Palace, I believe. And then I know on stream, I was so struggling with the, not Grand Metropolis, but I believe it was the one after. I believe it was Power Plant. I was struggling with sections of Power Plant. I was struggling especially in that last section where you're like trying to escape the rising lava or whatever. But now I'm like, by the time I had gotten the double A rank, because you have to do it twice. There's like a regular, like get an A rank on the stage, and then you have to do it again for like a, as like a special mission or like a time. Usually for Sonic it's like a timed one. For the Amy or Team Rose stages, it's more of a like get X amount of rings or whatever, like as fast as you can. Those I don't like as much. I do not enjoy those nearly as much. But it's like I by the time I had gotten that double A rank, like I knew the stage so well, I had that flow down to where that last section was no issue to me. Okay, maybe a little, like, slight issue, but, like, for the most part, like, I had the hang of it, and I knew what to expect, I knew how to deal with certain enemies, and it's just inherent to, like, playing a game. Like, getting good at any game is just requiring the practice so that you become familiar with the mechanics of it. And also, I feel like there's just a degree of, like, trying to understand, like, okay, like, trying to think like the developer would, in like, because they have, the person who made it had a like specific idea in mind of like, you do this and then this and then this. Like, they had a specific flow, a specific way of movement in mind that maybe I'm just not doing because I'm like trying to think out of the box, or I'm trying to make things too complicated, or I'm not like putting things into certain perspective. So I feel like it is about perspective. I really, really, really like, oh, I really like how that color, actually. This is like a magenta. More, getting very close to the red, but like this is more of like a magenta. And it's like fairly saturated too. But oh, I like that a lot, actually. That makes me kind of want to go back and redo all of the wood that I spent so much of yesterday doing. So that's unfortunate. Because yeah, yesterday this class was canceled because she had stuff to do. I'm like, oh no, what a shame. I get to go home early. That was my last class of the day. So then I just worked on this last night until about like 11 or 11:30, I think. And that was when I was like, hey, while I'm like working on this, what if I just put, because I have access to one streaming service. I have the Hulu password now, finally. I just haven't logged into it yet. I should. I just haven't gotten around to it. I think because like I can log in, but then it's gonna send like a, you know, like it sends you like a passcode email or whatever. That will not go to me, that will go to somebody else, and they'll have to let me in. And I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with that. So I just won't sign in. So I just haven't watched anything. I have access to the streaming service finally, and I just have not watched anything yet. But anyway, so instead, I was like, what am I gonna watch on YouTube? Like, I've watched the same, like, Game Grump compilations, and, like, you know, I'm like, I'm just kind of, like, I need to be watching something new. And then I was just like, I think I was, like, scrolling through, like, the channels that I've subscribed to, and I'm like, hey, I still have that document. Like, why don't we just start, like, we're actually, like, doing the research for that and start watching every Quentin Reviews video. And I say that, and I've been sitting in silence for about 40 minutes. Haven't turned it on. Don't know why that is. I think I I think because once I turn it on, I know I'm gonna have to stop yapping so that I can pay attention at least to a degree. Yeah, but I don't really want to do that. Because it's fun yapping. I like yapping. Whoops. I need to go back and redo that so that I can fill in the bottom. I didn't realize until like literally just the other day that it is actually so very, very fun to yap about your characters. It's not something I usually do just because I get self-conscious about stuff, or what is Graze.com? And I was looking and I'm like, 8 years ago, Quentin reviews Graze.com. What the heck is that? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't usually like share stuff about my characters. I don't talk about story stuff with friends, especially because I've had experiences where it's like I'll be talking about stuff and like someone's just clearly not into it, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like a safe space to be talking about this then. Especially when it's like the more weird and out there stuff, especially as of lately when I've been getting into the more weird and out there stuff, like my stuff that's more inspired by like fear and hunger and whatnot. So I just don't tend to yap about my characters all that much. But I think it was Tuesday that I was talking to one of my friends in class, and I just brought up that like, oh yeah, it's been so nice like being super ahead on this project, because then it let me do like work on other things. And then I pulled up the Bassett Family Bakery ref sheet that I was doing, and that was one that I think we worked on last time that I'd streamed. It was very much still in the early... No, that isn't what we did. I haven't shown Bassett here at all, actually. Okay, let me close that. Hang on. Ooh, it looks very nice here. Very vibrant on the top screen. Let me turn off the window. Oh, ending theme. Wait, which one is ending theme? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Damn it! Changed. Okay, whatever. Let me open recent. Here we go. Turn that back on. So this is my ref sheet for Bassett Family Bakery, which isn't something that I can go into too much. I wanna keep some elements, like I saw that Twitter post going around that's like, just start yapping about your OCs. Just start telling their backstory or whatever. Like, it's fun. No one's gonna remember. Just do it. So I'm like, you're right. But I have a couple of things that I want to release related to this. A couple of, like, comic-related things that I want to do. So I won't talk about it too much until those are out. But this was I think I might have posted some sketches about it, I hope. But this was a game idea I had over the summer, and that got me thinking of like, oh, I wanna work on a game. I wanna make a game, and, you know, whatever. And have I done anything related to that? No, I haven't. But it's fine. It's fine, because now these are here. So more recently, I've been more realistic about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to make a game by myself, but I could make a comic about it. So this will be a slice of life comic about a family-run bakery in the essentially equivalent of the American, is it Northwest, or yeah, just like, not even really Northwest, just like, you know, middle of nowhere town, essentially, like middle of nowhere landlocked town in the US. Yeah. So I'm like, what? I don't know, like Colorado or something. Think like a Gravity Falls kind of place. So I I posted a sketch when I was first working on it that just had the dad and the mom, just labeled them DILF and MILF. Because I'm like, yeah, no, I feel like when this comes out, like there are gonna be some Cooper Bassett enjoyers, and there are gonna be some, what's her name, Delilah Bassett enjoyers. And you can't touch the rest of them. You're not allowed to. Anaya is 18, and then the rest of them are, I believe they're both 13. She's 8, and then Cooper Jr. is, it's like 1. He's a new baby. But it was so fun just like sitting down and just explaining all of the things, and just being like, oh yeah, so there's this one, and this one, and this one is the middle child that has family issues, and I like went into the whole like everything that happened and stuff, and it's so fun and interesting. So I need to do that more. But yeah, so it's Cooper Bassett, Delilah, Anaya, Reagan, Riley, Vonnie, and Junior. Named because he's the only one that actually resembles the dad. I tried to have like a lot of variety in the kids, because you know we have Basset Hound and a Lop Rabbit, so then all the kids are rabbit dogs. And I tried to have like a good variety in how they look and how they portray these features, and like picking apart features from each of the parents. Like all of the kids except Junior have the mom's eyebrows because dad does not have any. Went for different shades and different hues of purple, to kind of show like different mixes of, I mean, I just grabbed the mom's color and overlaid it on top of the dad and grabbed that color, but it was so desaturated, so I'm like, no, we're just gonna be making up purples. They all have double sets of ears. Like Riley has the like dad's ears that hang on the side, and then mom's ears that are pinned up. Vonnie has them in 2 sets. Cooper has them coming in 2 sets, kind of like Riley, with like the down and the up. I think Anaya has the long ears and then the dad ear. Like she has both mom and dad ears. Reagan, I think, has 2 sets of dad ears. Yeah, Riley has both. Vonnie has 2 sets of mom ears, and then Cooper has both. But it's just stuff like that, or like the nose shape. And Riley and Reagan are fraternal twins. I was originally gonna have them be identical, but I liked the idea of them being differentiated. I was originally gonna have them be a lot more similar, even though they were fraternal, to have like the same color palette and stuff, or same like features here and there. But I'm like, no, I like these color palettes. Like these were the color palettes that I had in mind when I made them. I don't know why, because Riley was the first one that I made. I don't know why I had them in mind to be purple, but it just like I couldn't see them even before they were colored, because they were started off as just pen sketches. I always visualize them as like a purple color, and I think even now, like I might adjust the color to be a little bit closer to Reagan, or even Anaya, because I feel like it's a little bit too dark for me, or a little bit too desaturated. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, these all like started as pen sketches that I did over the summer originally. And I'm very happy with them. I think I would redo these just to be more expressive. I like started with these two. Even Dad, I feel like could have more. Like I was gonna have a hat on him. I feel like I should have some kind of like hunting gear or whatever for him. So I think I would do another one with them all being more expressive, because then by the time I got to the twins, I'm like, I want to finish this. I'm like, I need to finish this so that I could put it in a portfolio to submit, but I didn't. I finished it. I still have it. But I'm just kind of like, I don't think I will put this in there, actually. I think I would rather not do that. Let me click that off, and we'll go back. I don't know what I was color picking for. Anyway, let me go. Where's my... Oh, here we go. I'm just debating. I'm like, should I watch it while I'm streaming? Like, I'm having a fun time. Oh god. Because there's the Frosty's Winter Wonderland, and then there's a Cyanide and Happiness stop frame animation, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. I've noticed that he has like kind of a penchant for stop motion, and I like that. Then there's top 10 celebrities who are probably Time Lords. Who wants to bet that has no note? That's not gonna have any notes on it, especially since it's 3 minutes. And then Quentin reviews Grays.com. Is it corn? Okay, let's see. So that is 7, 8, 9, 10. That's video number 10. H.
Fuck you, Grace.com. Okay, here's the story. I'm on Pandora, right? You know, listening to some satanic stations or something, and I hear this ad. You know the one that's like, "Hello, Pandora listeners. We're sorry to interrupt your call, but I think you're going to like what you're going to hear." And so I'm like, okay, this better be good. You're interrupting my tunes, my hard metal, you know? You don't do this to a man if it's not good. And they're like, "We're going to send you a free snack box." And I was like, oh shit. You know, as a Bernie Sanders supporter, I gotta say, you know, I like...
I don't know if you could hear that. I just happened to look, and it was like the I genuinely don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, we're just gonna put it back up so I can see it. Anyway, I just saw desktop audio like shoot up. You guys might have. I'm so sorry if that jump scared anyone. That's really funny. What? Wait, what? So he bought a subscription box and was not aware? Oh, okay. It's that like, there's dried apples. I mean, not the whole thing is dried apples, but like, so it's like dried, like fruits and stuff. What is happening to this? I'm like looking up, I'm like, what the heck is happening to this one? What is their equivalent? Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it on the other side, because I'm like, what happened to you? What happened to this guy? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's do a little bit of this. Can you see? Wait, what? I'm sorry? Okay, we're gonna increase the saturation a little bit, I guess. Or a lot of it, I guess. Okay, there we go, because I'm like, it's not doing anything for me. I wish it was a little bit more subtle. Ooh. Okay, so just one pass is enough. I do not need two. Dude is like so heated over No, actually I would also be pretty heated. On one hand, I would be equally as heated if I quote-unquote unknowingly paid $12 for something that I didn't like want to pay for, because it feels weird that they would be able to do that. On the other hand, I have been less mad over the two non-functional Wacom pens that I own that cost me $50. And I just never, like, I can't return it. I contacted the support number since the first one wasn't working, and they sent me a second one, and the second one worked even less. And I'm like, well, I mean, I emailed them back to be like, hey, I received the second pen, and it, also doesn't work. Like, it immediately did not, like, the first one at least had the courtesy to wait before it died. It just stopped, like, consistently functioning. The new one was just like, yeah, no. I am not going to cooperate, actually. No, thank you. So that's cool. So that's very fun. He said he would buy a pack of these nuts. He's got 4 packs of nuts. Okay, if you're into that though, I feel like that's not bad. Like that's a decent deal. $12 for like 4 packs of nuts and apples, and I think it was like spice coated pretzels, and like it seems like there's a decent amount, like there's a decent variety of stuff. I feel like it might be like a decent thing to try. It's not the thing with those like subscription boxes. I would not like if I subscribe to one, it would be to try things. Cause it's kind of like you tell them like your preferences, and then just like, okay, we'll find things that you might like, and then if you do, then it's cool, and if you don't, then like you're not gonna be like getting it again, hopefully. Well, that's not entirely true actually, because then I'm thinking about the Loot Crate stuff, and I'm like, oh no, they'll just send you whatever for the Loot Crate, I think. Because I think Loot Crate would have like week or like monthly like things that they would focus on. I really like that like green that I'm adding. I think it's very cool. I think it's really cool and epic. It's like it's very subtle, but it really does add something. Let me pull up my reference again. Because I know blueberries have that little like top. It always reminds me of like a flower, like maybe that's where the blueberry with flower are from or something. It's funny because in the picture, like, unless I'm stupid and looking at an AI picture. No, there's multiple pictures of like blueberries where like it's like it looks like that's where the stem should be coming from, but it's not. Oh, he's at $30. Okay, it also contained chocolate and croutons and granola bar. And vitamins? I'm gonna go to class Tuesday night, and she's gonna look at this and she's gonna be like, oh, maybe do something different with your rendering. Like, I just, you know, like, she's gonna be like, oh, the like detailed rendering, like if you want to go for realism, do realism, like don't have the thick outlines. And I'm like, but I like the thick outlines, I love my thick outlines. If I don't have them, I'll die. If I don't have the thick outlines, it's not my work. Like, let's be for real here. Or I'm doing like traditional art or something, because usually I'll like sketch in pen. Oh my god, it's looking so good. You know what this reminds me of? This makes me like have like a watercolor type of like vibe. Like that's what this is giving me. And I love it. I really like it a lot. It's very, very rare for me to be like rendering stuff. But oh my god, it is actually really fun when you can like play around and stuff. It is very cool. No, she is gonna look at this and be like, that doesn't really look like blueberries. And I'm gonna be like, well, I think I should just die then. What if we... What's on my YouTube homepage? Okay. I got some Chad. So I was watching that earlier because I didn't want to pick something that I was actually going to pay attention to. Hamtaro? Oh, the new Amazing Digital Circus episode came out. I didn't watch the second one. Okay, so, oh yeah, now that that one's done, let me pull up the notes here. Okay, quit reviews, grays.com. Grown man cries up. Has a hernia about unintentionally paying money for a bunch of dried fruit and nuts, I guess. Parentheses. It's a health loot box. Another bullet point, sub-bullet point. That's kinda fair though. Another sub-bullet point. Confirmed. Because I don't know if any of the other episodes had a cat yet. Have had his cat in it. I don't know. Maybe. We should just do like, I usually don't like the idea of these because it's like, oh, like React channels are kind of bad and stupid. But just doing a watch party where we like go through some of these while I'm actively like talking and taking notes, I guess that is like that at that point becomes like commentary. But also I don't want to spoil the video. I don't want to do that. No. Okay, so I have that one there. What if I just start watching these out of order? Because I kind of... No, I'll start the Winter Wonderland. Because after a while I can zone out. Because then it'll become like an actual review. There's part of me that's like kind of thinking, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. Okay. I really hope. I really, really, really hope that you couldn't hear any of that. Because if you could, it's kind of embarrassing. Because I thought about it right now, I'm like, I haven't muted, but like, pretty sure there was a time that didn't work when I needed it to. And I checked right now and it was definitely on monitor off, meaning that you could hear it if it was playing sound, but I could not. Because it is... Yeah, it's showing up as desktop 2. Which, why it's not desktop 1, I don't know. I don't know. Can you stop the ad, please? I don't care. Anyway. Is this... Never mind. I don't remember... Actually, that's not true. I remember one part of Frosty the Snowman. Because that wasn't ever one that I, like, watched during the holidays. I was more of, like, a Grinch, especially the live action, a Grinch and, like, Rudolph enjoyer. I really liked Rudolph. So I watched the original Frosty once in school, and the only part I remember is the part where he dies at the end, where he melts or whatever. That's like all I remember, and I don't know why. I think I like, it's literally just a snapshot in my brain. I think I was like, they would let us go to, because I don't know if anyone else had this. I feel like they probably did. Of there would be like a little winter, like, holiday store that would open up, like, on campus. This was elementary school, by the way. Like, just a little, like they would sell things, like, specifically for the students to get for their parents, like, to buy for their parents or whatever. I think I got it was either me or my sister that got, like, my dad like, they would sell, like, mugs or snow globes. One of us got our dad like a pirate mug or something. See, I'm like, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, is it gonna be too, like, is the pink too bright? Is it too much? It's probably too much, and I probably overdid it, but I like it. I like exaggerative colors. I don't think I've not seen any of the Santa Claus movies. They just never, like, looked appealing to me. Okay. So now we have that base color. Now just start moving the slider the other way. Why didn't it do anything? Okay, it did a little bit actually. Okay, gonna need a little bit more. Okay, because that's the color that I have. Oh, hi, Misty. God, part of me is so like on the edge. Damn it, there he is! Okay, he's talking about another Frosty sequel. Okay, hold on. What you drawing? Oh, let me zoom out. This is for my digital illustration class. Because she gave us, we had to pick like random words and then make a drawing with like 2 of them together. So I got wood and tart. So I'm drawing like a wood tart. I say as if that makes sense. I'm drawing a tart, which is kind of like a fruit custard pie thing, but it's made out of wood. It's being cooked by a beaver. Very cool and fun. I gotta take my note over here. How was your day today? Haunted. Oh, let's see. Haunted. Frosty the Snowman disc. Originally locked in the basement before. Didn't gain sentience, but it just kind of like bursted out of several layers of locked luggage, I guess? Locked chests. Not too bad. Got out of work early, got to finish that drawing, and I watched a movie. Oh, what movie did you watch? Chests. Alright. 11:03. Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, fun. Oh, I watched the new Beetlejuice recently. I finally got my family to drag me to a theater, and I watched the new Beetlejuice. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I think it was kind of doing too much. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna go into spoilers or anything, but if it had a lot going on. It was interesting, but then, like, by the end, they kind of had to just rush to wrap certain things up. And I'm like, oh, that's, you know. Like, it essentially technically had 3 villains, or antagonists. It had 3 antagonists. And that's kind of a lot to deal with. And one of them, I'm like, I wish you were there more. I wish you were there longer. Also, 2 of the, like, because I think in the trailers and stuff that I'd seen, which I don't think was really much of anything, like, they just focus on Beetlejuice. But there are 2 other, I'm, like, kind of including Beetlejuice as an antagonist, just given his nature. But there are 2 other antagonists that are, like, interesting. One of them especially, I'm like, I wish you were in the movie longer. I wish you shut up more. I wish you were there and I could look at you longer, but no. And then it's just kind of like, it's just like wrapped up really quickly at the end in kind of a way that I'm like, oh, they just did that because they did it in the first movie. Not because it was a good idea that somebody had. It was kind of whatever. Okay, I need to keep watching this. Oh yeah, so I'm drawing this, but also on the side, ooh, that's very magenta on the other. But also on the side, I'm currently watching, let's see, as much as it's pretty cool that some older works are getting expanded on, it's also getting pretty tiring with how many nostalgic reboots are being released. Yeah, you are right though. Like, Beetlejuice was fun, or Beetlejuice 2 was fun, but it's one of those things, it's like, you don't need to be here, like, you don't need to exist. Like, it's okay. Yeah, go back and fix that. Yeah, it's just, and I feel like, especially as, studios keep pushing for AI stuff more and more and more and more, it's really, like, it's gonna be more and more prevalent. Where I feel like there's gonna be AI, like, based stuff that we're gonna be seeing. And a lot of people are just immediately gonna be like, that is so much like this other thing. Like, I don't know. I was literally just thinking about this earlier today. I hate to be on the subject of AI, but it's just like, industry people do not care about innovation unless it's a way to make them more money. And that's it. Like, they don't care about the art of it. They don't care about the intention of it. As long as it just is bigger numbers, then they're like, oh, this is epic. This is so cool. I gotta lower that. Ooh, how? Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller. They're trying for sure. A while ago, Marvel had. I saw that. Marvel had Secret Wars intro graphics be made with AI. I saw that and it's so clear. And I think I remember it was either with you or with somebody else that I was talking about it, where I'm like, if you think about it, purely from a conceptual standpoint, that is a good idea, because to my knowledge, Secret Invasion is about a bunch of like aliens disguising themselves as people to like sneak in under our nose. So it's like, conceptually, using AI for a like aspect of that show is kind of a neat idea, because it's like, oh, it's, you know, it's trying to, you know, it's something non-human trying to sneak in as a human creation. But from a realistic standpoint, we can all plainly see that this kind of sucks. Like, it just sucks to look at. Not just from like the, oh, it came out looking bad, but also just like a, man, that's really like stupid of you to do. I need to lower the opacity more, but it's not showing up like I want it to. I don't know what color I want is the issue. I think I just need... Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. Yeah, that's the premise. Conceptually, it does sound interesting, but the cost is so not worth it, especially when people are better at being creative and coming up with an inhuman aesthetic. That's, yeah. It's like, you probably could have, like, yeah, you did the AI stuff, but also you... I don't know, like, I feel like a human probably could come up with something that's, like... that captures that idea and is more, like, interesting or symbolic with it, instead of just, like, falling, like, images of people that are, like, falling apart and weird and twisted and have multiple fingers. This just sucks. It just really sucks. It's just really pee-pee-poo-poo lame. God, I don't know what I want for this highlight color. Just I don't like that either. No. What do I want from this? What am I looking for with my... No! Maybe. What is 60% out of white-ish? Okay, maybe. Maybe. Okay, so 30. Okay, that's a little bit nicer, I think. I gotta be careful with it. I can't overlap it. That would suck. So I paused a video. Oh, because I was going to explain what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm watching... You guys can't see it, but I am watching Quentin Reviews video on the side so that I can take notes occasionally. So right now it's Quentin Reviews Frosty's Winter Wonderland. Oh, I didn't finish taking my note. Man with spiral glasses. Man with okay, hold on. Wait, god damn it. Okay. Man with spiral glasses and gorilla mask worn as a wig. Warns Quentin to not look for another Frosty sequel film. Calls Q Taylor on his way out. Q does not seem to know this man. Says he needs to lock his doors. Okay. Now to close my notes and continue working. I can't believe that this is my life. Actual Onion article. Guy who sucks at being a person sees huge potential in AI. That's like the people that are pushing for AI are the people that just do not care about other people. Like that's really what it fundamentally is. So if they don't care about the craft or like the well-being of other people or even the quality of what they're making, clearly the people that want AI stuff are the people that want content and not like art forms in a way, which like animation and comic and like live action like TV shows or movies or whatever, or books or like anything like that. Like that is a creation. Like say what you will about the what is it? The random ghost written what is it? It's like a whole genre of like ghost written like borderline porn romance novels that are like sold online, like on Amazon. I want to put the little thing, little guy, the little crown, little blueberry crowns. But I don't know how to do that. Ooh, I don't know how to do that. I think I got lost midpoint. But it's like even stuff that you would not consider art is like it's considered art. It is a creation. And there's just people out there that just don't want that. They just want like a specific thing that they view as content. I could talk forever about my like saw the like pop up I could talk for ages about like my disgust with the word like content. Okay, I think I need to start darker and then go lighter. Unironically, I actually side with an old J.R.R. Tolkien quote on this. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only spoil and destroy what good forces have invented or created. It isn't art, it's anti-art. Yeah. Because I'm like, what? Like, is there any... I think... Like, evil can create things. But they're never good. Like, it's always stuff that... It's just, like... I don't know. I'm thinking, like, yeah, capitalism created a lot of things. But it's a lot of things like, you know, what is it? Like those spikes that they put out by like benches or whatever to prevent homeless people from sleeping by benches or whatever. Like it's stuff like that where it's like it inherently is not good for anyone at all. It's just there to make existence harder and worse for the sake of being more aesthetic or whatever. No, I don't like the blue. Yeah, the anti-homeless architecture, infrastructure, whatever. That stuff. That stuff is cringe. I need to darken this. I need to lower the size a little bit. Wait. I totally forgot about that. There is a Frosty the Snowman-esque, well not esque, it has him, but like, film where a pastor refuses to marry Frosty and his Frosty wife because it would go against God or whatever, or the sanctity of marriage. So they made a snow pastor to marry them. just the question marks. Yeah, so yeah, I mentioned I'm watching the Quinter reviews Frosty the Snowman. That was why I was saying what I was typing for a long time, because I thought it was kind of funny. That's what I have to type in my notes. Man, this is gonna be a long project. If it's supposedly against God's will, then why do they exist in that world? The snow people? Yeah, because God would have allowed them to exist. Oh, they got their little snow babies. Oh, and then Jack Frost is like, oh, I don't want Frosty and his wife to leave yet. So Frost, or was it Jack Frost is like, oh, I'll just make sure that it stays colder for longer, so you don't have to leave yet. And then the pastor comes back to be like, well, that's not right. You're going against the will of nature. And it's like, okay, Buzzkill, can you go home already? Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be saying things. I was just paying attention to the video going on. And I'm also like using a good bit of brain power to like make sure that there is like variety in like these little like wait. How much time is left in this video? I'm only halfway through? Oh, this is the video I'm thinking of. The Legend of Frosty the Snowman. Oh, we love the old tried and true, what is it? The like fire effect on the screen. This is the part of the video where he gets really angry for no reason, because that was just the convention of the time. Oh, he scared his cat off. I'm like trying to put a decent amount of like brain power into this just to like keep some variety, just so they're not like all the same. I vaguely remember that being a thing in the older days of the internet. I feel like I see it. Well, okay. I feel like it was. What was it used? Who used it a lot? I know Nostalgia Critic is known for just having a lot of really bad like CGI effects in his stuff. So I feel like it's mostly him that I'm thinking of. Ah, no! It's fun. There are aspects of like older YouTube that I really, really like and I miss. You know, like the whole, like, lots of channel, not the stock explosion, but just the like having fire on the screen. It's like an overlay of just like fire that, like, cause yeah, I know he uses explosions a lot. But just like having a fire overlay. I want to say AVGN, but he had different cheap effects. Yeah. I don't know who used fire a lot. I don't know. I didn't really watch AVGN though, is the thing, so I don't know. I mean, the only Nostalgia Critic I watched is the stuff that you would show me back in high school. Yeah, I was a loser in high school. Well, I mean, I am still a loser now, so... I mean, I'm literally... Like, look what I'm doing right now. Well, you can't see what I'm doing, but look what I'm doing right now. It's missing the blueberry texture. Like, there's a certain texture, like a watercolor kind of aspect that it should have, I feel like. But I don't want to add it because that will mess with the shading I did. Darn. I think we're just gonna screw it, add highlights. See, did I like that one or that one? Here we go. I don't like it. No. I think that's lame and not super epic. Try using a lighter tone on the top. Blueberries are a lighter shade. Yeah, you're right. But that means I have to cover this part out. No, let's... Let's try this one. Do it a little bit lighter. Well, oh, that's interesting. See, I don't like what that did. Wait, okay. Maybe. Oh, that's Patrick Star. I'll have to redo the the shading right there, but that's fine. Oops. Yeah, this is... Oops. This is why I don't render, especially because I do all of my rendering on the same layer. So then if I'm like, oh, I want to change something, I have to like really put in the time to change it. I can't just like remove the layer or whatever. But it's fun doing it all on the same layer. It's cool and epic. I like it a lot. You wonder if you should ever try drawing art/streams. I mean, oh, that's true. You do it on an iPad. Well, don't you have a setup that like connects to your computer or whatever? God, this got really loud. But I don't know how that like setup works. 'Cause do you have like a drawing tablet that connects to your computer, or is it just you plug in your iPad? Because yeah, I don't think you would be able to stream like from your iPad like by itself, unfortunately. Give me 1 second.
Take it easy. Just be
Okay, I'm back. Folks, we're going to bed. Let's see. I do, but there are two issues. The tablet I have isn't the best, and I'm pretty used to Procreate. What software do you have for your like the tablet? It would take some time getting used to a more standard art program like Krita. Oh, so you have to use like Krita for it. Cause yeah, I don't know how different Procreate is to like other stuff. I don't know if you have another like art program. Long story short, upgrade the tablet and practice on it and the program. Yeah, I don't know how other drawing programs compare to like Procreate or Krita, because I've never used Procreate. At this point, I'm just like, I just refuse to get it. My dad kept asking, like, what do you want for your birthday? Do you want an iPad for your birthday? Get you an iPad. I'm like, I just went through such an ordeal to get a good laptop for drawing on. I'm not gonna turn around and get an iPad, but also like the stuff that I want to do, like Krita and Blender, are not on an iPad, so that's just not an option for me. But yeah, like if you're so super accustomed to Procreate, then yeah, like it's gonna be very hard to switch. I'm just so like I'm so committed to Krita. My freaking my digital illustration teacher, every single time someone brings up like drawing stuff, she'll be like, oh yeah, there's all these different options. You know, there's like Procreate's really popular, and like there's the IBIS Paint, IBS Paint. I don't know what it is. All these other things, and then you know, like Krita's for the furries, and I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, you know, that one's like made by furries, and like all the furries use it, and she's like, you know, nothing gets like furries, and it's like, you don't need to say it every time. You don't, because every single time she'll bring it up. I mean, was she wrong? Like, I guess not. I'm not involved with the Krita community. It's not even that I, like, found it because of her. It just is, like, it's just a free program, and I really like it, and I got it because I like that it can, animate. And, like, actually animate, not, like Procreate can quote-unquote animate, like, short stuff, but not the stuff that I wanted to do with it. Because, yeah, it's like, in theory, like, I would have potentially been open to getting something like Krita, but I'm just like, all the time I was, like, very, like, oh, I want something, like, free, I don't want to have to pay for it or something, that's lame. Now, like, I theoretically would be more open to, like, paying for a program, but I just don't want to, because I already have something that's free and cool to use. Procreate actually has a separate app for more serious animation now. Yeah, and I heard it also does not handle massive projects. Like, my Salted TK Tan fan animation, part 1 of 3, is already at, like, 120 storyboards, I think. So I don't think it can handle my needs. I've heard Procreate Dreams is good, but not like it doesn't handle large scale projects from what I've heard, which is primarily what I work in, is a large scale project. That's unfortunate. Womp womp. Skill issue for Procreate. Although good on their team, or their head or whatever, being like, yeah, we're not gonna gonna be pushing AI stuff like a certain Adobe company is doing. I cannot go a single. Because I use Adobe all the time for my school stuff. Like I have to. And it just every single goddamn time there's an update. It's like we've implemented these AI features, generative prompts or whatever you need to type in. Or it's like I'll open up like Illustrator or something and it'll be like, do you want to try out typing in a prompt? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't care. Kiss my ass. The future is now, and the future is AI. And I think I'd just rather like rot. Yeah, not only are they anti-AI, they're apparently looking into a desktop version for the program. Good. Good for them. Now Krita just needs to look into a mobile/iPad version so that I can actually recommend it to my friends to try. Sadie, can you not be licking over there, please? That's kind of gross. Okay, I think, like, looking at this up close looks pretty weird. But if I look at it from afar, we're kind of cooking. We're kind of slaying with this, actually. Which is not what I expected. I think we're just gonna keep layering this on and see what kind of happens with it. Yeah, I hate Adobe, but like, as a graphic designer, I don't think I'm gonna have any choice because that's what literally everybody uses. So it's like, I'm just gonna have to fork up the money to access to Illustrator and Photoshop, and I hate that. I hate that so much. At the very least, I do something that has saved me in recent years is that Krita can export files, like export from a KRA file, which is the like working document with all the layers and everything, into a Photoshop file and still retain all of the separate layers and like features to those layers and everything, which has absolutely saved me so many times, especially when it's like, oh, you need to submit this as a, what is it? You need to submit this as a PDF or whatever. And just be like, damn, there isn't a PDF option through Krita. However, I sure can, what is it? No, shut up, it's Lenovo Vantage. But I sure can submit it as a whatever PSD file and then convert that, like export it from Photoshop into a PDF. It's very nice and handy. Become a member of the Alumni Association at university. You get to keep your student email, and Adobe has free access. But that's for when you're done with school. That's perfectly fine. Because that's what I'm thinking of, is like when I'm done with school. Because yeah, right now we get Adobe free through the school. I don't know if my school does that. Like if they would let us keep it afterwards. But I would love that. I think that'd be really cool. Because I would love not having to pay for Adobe stuff. I think that'll be really nice. But we'll see. I'll definitely look into that though when I do graduate. In May. We're almost there. And it's very scary to think about that we're almost there. It's terrifying. Like everything I do now, even all of my free time has been dedicated to like doing portfolio things. That's what I did. I never used Adobe anyway, but it seemed to have worked. Yeah, but your school is probably more cool than mine. I don't know. My school is constantly like, we need more money. We need more taxpayer money. Like Milo sent me a link. Okay. I'm not watching it. No, but literally, my school last year had so much construction going on. So much of it, like, they redid the landscaping in the rose garden. And then the same semester, they're like, we need more taxpayer money, and we're gonna be raising tuition since we put in that new building. And I'm like, you need to manage your money better. You're a school. What are you doing? Like, it's crazy. It is actually insane. Yeah. It's stupid. Everyone that goes here hates it. They hate it so much. When I attended uni, they were constructing an entire new building. I think it was finally completed a while ago, but it did take over 2 years to do. Yeah, like, I will say, I do like the new building that they put in, because originally they only had one student union, which was like, that's where they have like a food court essentially, not the like, what is it? Not the cafeteria like for the dorm students, but like a food court. Like you get like snacks, or they have like a Subway and a Panda Express and stuff down there. But it always would get very crowded. Because it's like, yeah, you could go to the library to work on stuff, but you're not supposed to eat in there. So when you want to have your lunch, everyone would pretty much just go to the student union, or have to go sit outside or something like that, which would suck, and nobody would want to do that. Like, I think this last pass is gonna be a lot more, whoops, there we go. A lot more sparingly. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but, like, so it was very crowded, and, like, if you wanted to, like, have your stuff charging or plugged in or whatever, like if you were going to be at school for a long time like I usually was, because I would usually have 2 classes a day and a big huge gap in the middle, there were like 5 outlets. That was just kind of it. So it's like I would get to school super early and I would go sit at one of the outlets, and then I would just have to be there the entire day until class. And then luckily there would be like, I later found out that there would be outlets in like some of the classrooms and stuff, if you were sitting in the right place, but yeah. So then actually they did put in a new student union, the second one. And at the time I'm like, this is so stupid. Why did they put another building? And at the time it didn't seem like there was like a lot of places to sit or anything, so I was in there very briefly. But now I go there all the time. I love that place. I never go back to the old one. The only time I go back to the old one is to use the microwave, because that one has like 8 microwaves and the new one has only 2. But it's so much better at the new one. And I'm like, okay, you are kind of cool, I guess. Okay. I want to just not be touching these anymore. I wish I was done with these. I would like to be done. This whole time we've rendered one set of fruit. And that's it. That's all we've done today. Which is cool. Which is definitely a thing. So they look very interesting though. I like how they came out. I'm kind of debating of like, oh, should I add more little details? But I also don't want to. So I think I'm just not going to until I go into class. And then she says, hey, you should add these little details. And then I do it because I feel like I should. Like I'm forced to, but I don't wanna. Let me pull up a kiwi. What does a kiwi look like? I don't even like kiwi. Kiwi is gross. Let me clear up the blackberries because I'm not gonna do blackberry anymore. I was originally I'm having this like recorded every time I work on it. So you will see like the way that this started was so different. It looked so different originally. It's kind of nuts. But originally I had like blueberry and then a row of sliced strawberries where the kiwi is, and then a row of blackberries and then a row of raspberries. And then I didn't have these pink strawberries. They're just pink so I can separate the colors easier, or I can color select easier. Cause yeah. Kiwi. It's gonna give me a bird, isn't it? Yeah, can you select and move? Thank you. Yep, there's a bird. Kiwi fruit. I actually saw a thing where it's like, oh, you can actually eat the skin of kiwi. If you like wash it thoroughly, maybe like kind of rub some of the hairs off of it so it's smoother, that makes it easier to eat. But I think the kiwi just in general, it's just gross. I think it's just really nasty. I do not like it. I've only had it once, but I remember it was really gross. And I just don't like a lot of fruits in general. Oh. Do I leave the fur on the kiwi slices? I'm gonna say no. Just for the sake of... I don't feel like it. Okay. See, I think I did. I softened the line art color. So I think I'm gonna do that for the kiwi now as well. This means that I now have to... Alright, we're combining those. They are officially combined. Let's see, let me click that so that it grabs all of the kiwi. Copy selection to new layer. We'll unclick that. Oh, I have the... I'm going to remove that actually because I don't want the leaves in there just because I'm gonna render them differently. I want that to be on like a later layer. Okay, so we'll alpha lock that. Let's see, and I'm debating if I should alpha lock that. Like combine the line art as I go, although I definitely need to, whoops, let me increase the size of that. Let me switch brushes here. Let's see, how does it look if I swap? No, I can't. I have to keep the kiwi on top. There's just little parts that I have to clean up then. Kiwi, slightly lighter. Let's see. That is all fine back there. just little stuff like right here. Right there. Oh, actually, I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, I still have the symmetry on, but I don't know if I did these symmetrically. I didn't. I know I didn't do the kiwis with like symmetry or whatever. So we're gonna... Alright, so let me start at the end and then I'll just work my way over. Let's see, clean off that one. That guy. And that guy. I've just been sitting in silence for the past, like, however long. Like, since 10. Like, I just paused the video and I just didn't resume it yet. I will say, it's not as, like, note intensive as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna have, like, a lot more stuff to it that I was gonna need to take notes on. But no, actually. Like, the main focus is just on the review, which I don't... It's not that I don't care about it. But it's not what I'm here for. Because I think... I know I already watched this video before. Because, like... I essentially started doing the quote-unquote research for this video... like, when I had the idea for it, just because I was watching a lot of his stuff anyways. But I just didn't take notes on anything. I think because I wanted to make sure that I was going to have a lot of material to work with. And I'm like, yeah, I could obsess over this. I could obsess over this enough to sit through all of his content to make a video about it. I think it'll be interesting and fun. For me. Probably not for anyone else involved. Probably not for anyone watching. But it'd be cool for me. I would enjoy it. Okay. So I have the green on here. Let's see, just a nice, nice. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good for me. Okay, because we'll be cleaning that up now. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is not cool. Why did I do that? Yeah, no, that's... oof. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna just make this as we go. Yuck. Yucky. Yeah, I wish, because originally I was going to combine all of the line art together in one. So then when I got to the raspberries, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter how they overlap, because this is all going to be one. Like, it's all going to be the same color still. And all that. Like, it doesn't matter. And now here I am, reaping the consequences of my actions, actually. And that sucks. It's not that bad though. I've put myself in worse predicaments due to my lack of foresight. Like with these. Let's see. I know when we were working on for regular illustration, the posters, specifically for the Zorro poster. We have to do the posters, but then we also have to do mock-ups. And I feel like there was a little bit of a misunderstanding in terms of the mock-ups, because it said, like, you have to do a mock-up of the poster, like, as, like, a poster in a real setting, and then one of it on, like, a vertical banner, and then one of it on the website. And I took that to mean, like, one of those for each of the posters, but some people just did like the Zoro poster as vertical banner, and then the website was La Boheme, and then Ada was the like singular poster on a wall or whatever. And I'm like, I did all of them for all of the mock-ups. Were we not supposed to do that? I don't, like, it's fine, but I'm just like, damn. I was literally telling one of my friends in class, I'm like, so I like manually extended the drawing that I did so that it would fit better in the format of the mock-up, so that sucks for me. Cause she was literally like, oh my god, the Zoro one came out like so good the way that you extended on, like, cause it's more of like a vertical poster, but on the website mock-up it's very horizontal, like in terms of the formatting. So she was like, oh my god, it like came out really good, like how did you extend it? I'm like, okay, so you take the brush tool. She's like, oh, hang on. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I took the brush tool and just manually painted a continuation of the drawing in Photoshop, and it was pretty bad. It sucked, and I hated it. Because I know I talked about like my issues that I had with this pen when I first got it. This is the Lazurite pen. How like when I first got it, it was definitely like having stabilization issues. Like I would draw a straight line and it would be like relatively curved. Later on, I found out that there is a stabilization setting that I can set for my brushes on Krita that immediately fixed the problem. I just didn't realize, like I had it set up on Krita on my my Surface Pro laptop, but I forgot to set it when I set everything up on this laptop. But now that that's set up, I don't have that like wobbly issue anymore, which is very nice. However, that does not carry over to Photoshop. So there's definitely like it was very difficult trying to make very precise lines in Photoshop, and then it just like it does not work out in my favor. That sucks. That is not super cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow. I'm just like looking at the time because it's 10:37 for me, and I'm like, ooh, because I have work early tomorrow, and then also I was gonna put it on my story, but I forgot. I got a targeted ad, which usually is a bad thing. But this one time, it actually came out pretty. It's actually kind of a good thing. I got a targeted ad for a like little pop-up, like art fair, vendor fair. I'm not entirely sure what it was. I don't remember the exact wording of it. That will be at like one of the boba cafes. It's like 20 minutes. It's like I think it said like 17 minutes away. But it's like starts at like 5 p.m. and it goes to like 10 or whatever. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool actually. I'd kind of like to go to that. I get off at like 6 tomorrow, so I'm like, what if I just went to that like after work? I go to that, I check out the vendors. Maybe I probably won't get a boba because it'd be late, but like maybe get a little something to go. Grab a dinner. So we'll see. So I plan on going to that tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow night, or like right after work, I'll just go. So that'll be very fun. I'll try and post, like, if I get any, like, stickers or prints or anything. I recently went to a, kind of like a little, like, town fair. Not for my town, but the neighboring one. I know I posted about it on my private Instagram a little bit. finally using that thing for the first time in forever. Because I didn't want to post about it like publicly, just because doxing information. But it was very fun. I thought I was gonna spend a bunch of things, like a bunch of money on things, and then I didn't. I bought teriyaki bao, you know, like the pork bun thing, which was huge. The filling was gross. I would not get it again. The outside was very pillowy and soft, and I loved that so much. The inside was disgusting, however. Did not like it. And then I got a dessert version of it too, which those I actually forgot to post, but it was like, they had little faces on them, so I think 2 of them were like little rabbits, and the other one was a little piggy. So the rabbits had a custard filling in them, and then the pig had the red bean paste. And I actually really like the bean paste is kind of chocolatey. It has like a chocolatiness to it. But I liked that. I didn't like the teriyaki one, but the dessert ones were actually really yummy, and I would go get those again. Were they worth the $10? No. But they were yummy. I would love to go to like a local place that actually like makes really good ones. But yeah. So it was very fun. The day before that, at like 3:30 that I'd gotten there. There was a little like student vendor fair at my school, and I went to that with Milo actually, and I thought I was gonna get a bunch of stuff there too. I was kind of like debating in my head. I'm like, okay, I need to like balance. Like, probably won't get too much. Like, I was trying not to get hardly anything at the vendor fair, because I'll probably spend a lot at the town fair tomorrow. And then I ended up not really getting. I spent like $20 at the town fair. Like, it was $10 for each of those sets of the bao things. Because the teriyaki ones were like huge. There was like 2 of them. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. That's a good amount of food. Is it worth $10? Maybe. They're pretty good. Pretty good size, I mean. Tasted bad. And the dessert ones were smaller, but there was 3 of them, so it felt like it kind of balanced out. So it was about the same, like, food-wise. Yeah, so I ended up, they had you sign in when you get there, and then if you get there early enough, they had like vouchers, so we were able to get like a free Dutch of our choice, which was really cool, because then I ended up getting a medium-sized mocha, which is huge for me, and then I got it, and I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, I have to get up at like 5:30 tomorrow. Currently 4:30 in the afternoon. I need to speed run this caffeinated drink, or I'm not going to sleep tonight. This is very unfortunate. But it was really good, actually. It was just a simple like mocha from Dutch. I'm like, that's actually really good. I was not expecting how good that would be. What? Look at the colors. Okay, I need to be on I believe, yeah, that's the kiwi base color. Oops. And then lower that one's opacity. We're gonna, I really should just be like wrapping up at this point. I really should. But what if I don't feel like it? I work early tomorrow, and I usually get up early, and I don't want to do it. See, it's like the rendering starts like pretty like fun and simple and on point to me, because it's like just like blocking out color in a certain way, and then it doesn't end that way, because then I start overthinking it and not knowing what I'm doing. So RIP to me, I guess. But also I don't care. So it's very fun. Sadie, can you chill out with the licking, please? Thank you. Hey, Sadie. I know you love licking your paws, but it's kind of distracting and gross, my dude. Would appreciate it if you didn't. Thank you. I probably should have connected it like around, like right here, but I don't want to now. I hope I'm not using transparency still, because that would suck. Or not transparency, symmetry. Because that would suck, because this is not symmetrical. Okay, I'll just finish this little part and then I'll call it quits. Ooh, but man, oh man, doing it backwards is kind of hard. Yeah, I'm gonna like walk into class Tuesday and just be like, so this is what I have. It's just gonna be like, oh. And I'll just kind of have to deal with that, I guess. That'll kind of suck for me. Also, that class has been driving me insane because lately she's been just like having the lights off completely while we're in there working on our screens, and putting on. Last time she put on the Labyrinth or whatever, the movie, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but it is pitch black in here, and I'm like getting a headache because I don't like just working in the dark. Like I currently have 2 separate light sources. I could even use a third, as long as it's not the big light. So I think next time, there's a side room that connects ours to like another room. And I think if she does that again and keeps the lights off, I'm just gonna be like, hey, can I just like not be in here? Can I just be on the side room, please? Because this is just so bad for my well-being. To just be here in the dark like all night for multiple hours looking at a screen. Yeah. It's like we hardly made any progress, but also look at that look at how many layers are to that. Also, I kept getting distracted. I did not make it through this 45-minute video yet, although I did watch a couple others. I like working in the dark, provided the screen is darker and in a warm tone. Maybe I should have, well, but I didn't want to set it, I don't want to set it to a warm tone, just because like, then it would kind of screw up the colors that I was color picking. Like it wouldn't be accurate when I would switch to non-warm tone. But it's just, you know me though, like I have 3 huge windows and all of them are open. I let all the sunlight in. It's just, I need lots of light to work in. I don't like it being super dark. I don't like having to make my screen super dark. It's just not enjoyable to my eyes. Let me about 10 minutes left in this video. It's 10:49. We're gonna keep going until this video finishes and then we'll quit. But I'm just gonna commentate on what's happening, I think, in the video without actually showing what happens in it. Because I just don't feel like working on this anymore. I do at least going to save it. Although part of me is just like, should I just put the video on screen and we'll just watch it together? Okay, the colors do look very, very interesting. Like the blues are paler on the top monitor. The greens are less saturated. Slightly. Wait, what's happening? Okay, Twitch, I don't think, likes that without something else added to the video, i.e. a live camera reaction. You're right. Ooh. I'm just watching this and it's like, it's so dated. it's very interesting just how like dated like this video in its presentation feels very of its time, in that certain things are overreacted. He gets overly angry about certain things. Like it's definitely a AVGN inspired type of video. He's not even being that like dramatic or anything. It's just like, it's just certain things that he focuses on, and it's like, yeah, he wouldn't do that now. It feels out of character now, I think. Which that is definitely gonna be a part that I want to include in the video. Oh my god, he's wailing. He is wailing. First I'm like, he's not that overreacted, and then he's like wailing in the background for no reason. Anyway, I do want to include a part in my video about like just how like over the years, because some of these videos go back like 8 years, just how interesting it is to think that someone can change so much. Oh, it bothers me that hangs down a little bit too much. I don't like that, but I also don't want to fix it, so I'm not going to. Ooh, and then I shade with blue here. I got really excited. I got really excited about shading. I think Quentin said AVGN and Nostalgia Critic influenced how he approached his early video making, so track. And it just, I think it was like in that general kind of time frame too. It's just fun. It's very fun to think about and to analyze. Like just the concept of like how we change so much as people. Sorry, what? The children have to start a political revolution so that they can steal back Frosty the Snowman's hat that was taken and locked away. Okay. God, I'm looking for. There are specific videos that I already know. I'm like, I'm gonna have so many notes, and it's gonna be great and super fun to work on. But I can't get to it yet. I gotta get through all these first. Which, like, they're fine, but like. Damn it, I really liking how that was coming out right there. Have I seen a single ad? Like, have I seen a single ad? I don't think I have. Which is really weird because usually YouTube does not do that. Especially if it's something that is like 40 plus minutes. Okay, how is it going to go if we do that? There was the ad at the very end. Just gonna close that because I won't be watching any more tonight. Alright, so there's our progress for today. We heavily rendered some blueberries and then started some kiwi. I even got some little like reflection off of like the blueberry, like the blue of the blueberries and then the red of the raspberries. I'm unsure if I'll keep that. It's probably gonna get all super washed out like the blueberries were. Like with their lighting, but oh well. Oh, I guess I should have done a little bit of bounce back lighting from the wooden crust. But oh well, I don't really care. Let me make sure that I save this. You have more patience than me. You're very meticulous. I just want to make sure that it, like, kind of gets the feel that I'm going for. Yeah, doing this by hand. Granted, I had the symmetry tool on, but this by hand, yeah, it sucks. I didn't like that. I mean, like, it was okay, but, like, it's not something that I super enjoyed entirely. Like, compared to what we were doing here, I like this style more than this style. I'm debating going back and redoing the wood texture in that flat brush that we're using. This is the brush that I use for everything now. I ended up making it when I set up Krita on this laptop, and I really, really like it. It's my favorite. Because it's like more square, like horizontal, or like rectangular, but it has a little bit of like bumps and texture to it, so it gives me a little bit of like nice variety when I'm like carving and stuff. It's very cool and fun. I like it. Okay, I saved my document. So where is my swap back to there? Glacier Palace Eastern Spire. Yeah, I think I need to revamp this playlist. I feel like that's not. Right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is Christmas music. This is not. I don't feel like this is very fitting when this is what we're working on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to revamp the playlist. Oh well. Oh well. Well, if anyone has any, if you have any, oh, this one cooks though. I like this song. That's why I put it in there. If anyone has any suggestions for any royalty-free or video game music, because video game music tends to be safe, both on Twitch and YouTube. I haven't gotten flagged at all for this playlist for anything that I've had using the playlist. Deltarune / Undertale, that is the one thing that I actually don't think I can use, because I am aware that there have been issues with people playing, like streaming the game or using the music, that their stuff would get copyrighted. Not like struck or anything, but they would get claimed, because I think Toby Fox ended up working with someone to like copyright the or like distribute the music or whatever, that they, like the company that he's working with would go and like claim that stuff when he is fine with it. So I think usually if people like would use Undertale music, it would end up being claimed, and then they would have to go like appeal it, like go through the process of appealing it. And given that this is a playlist that I'm going to be using like all the time, I don't think I can include Undertale music, unfortunately. I would love to, but I even though I'm not monetized, I do want to like not have to deal with that in the future. I would love to include Undertale music though. But any other stuff, except for, what is it? I know there were 2 of my streams that got claimed. What's the Okami got claimed for the music, and God, the one with the fox. The first tree, that one got claimed. So those 3/4 for Deltarune are off limits. But anything else I'm open to. Or at least to consider. Because I have to like listening to it. Because sometimes I listen to these too and I like this one is a good song. But you specifically, you can always message me stuff if you have suggestions. Yeah, I'm trying to take some. This one goes hard though. I like it. I just looked it up, and unfortunately, results are mixed. It confirms Toby Fox doesn't care. People seem to want to use it for streaming, but there have been copyright issues. Yeah, like he's okay with it. It's just the company that he worked with for like distribution. I think it's for distribution because I know like some of the songs or a lot of the songs are on like Spotify and stuff. It's the company that is claiming like videos that use it. He does not care though. So usually like it's I know he put out a statement that's like, hey, if you've been claimed for your stuff, like let us know and we'll drop it because this should not be happening and I don't want it to be happening. I just don't want to have to deal with that, unfortunately. Oh, what a shame. Oh man, this really making me think. Go play Gates to Infinity. People dog shit on Gates to Infinity. It's a good game. It's actually a good mystery dungeon game. Maybe covers, I guess. Maybe. Maybe. I think for covers though, that's kind of a gray area. Like, I feel like for covers, I would need to... That's something that I would want to probably reach out to the person and be like, hey, can I use this? Because I know, like, a lot of people do covers and then they also, like, do their own distribution of it and stuff, so... I don't know. I just know that, like, video game music is usually pretty safe. A lot of copyrighted free stuff is usually pretty... whatever. Doesn't sound great. But go play Gates to Infinity. I think it's not the best game, like, I think obviously Explorers of Sky is, like, always gonna be the best one, but I would say it's probably my second, I would say Gates is probably my second favorite, which is kind of blasphemous for a lot of people, because a lot of people hate this game. A lot of people way prefer Super. Super has, for me, major pacing issues. Granted, the other ones, like, they all do. But Super, I feel like, for its slow part, is just extra, like, difficult to get through. For me, personally. Just because, like, the quote-unquote slow parts of Sky is, like, you're a trainee, but you're still, like, doing stuff, and you feel like there's a sense of progression in, like, your team rank and stuff. Whereas, like, PSMD's slow begin section is you're in school. Everything is a tutorial. It isn't until you, like, go... I think you sneak out and go to Lively Town, and then it's, like... everything starts moving very fast, and you finally feel like you have a sense of progression as a team, and like you're doing actual missions and stuff. And then stuff starts to like move very, very fast. And then the twist at the end I think is stupid. I know some people are like, oh, it's so like meaningful and all this and that, and like and I know people have pointed out like, oh, the way that like they did this thing with the music, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but they did it for no reason. The ending, because every single game has that like, oh, you have to go back to your own world, or like there's always some reason that the player has to leave. but then they're like, they did it different this time. Like, you're expecting it, so then they're like, oh, got you, it's different actually, and it's like, okay, but you didn't make it different because there's like something that necessitated this to happen, this different thing to happen. You just made it different so that you could try and like prank us. Because there is a kind of the real reason as to why the hero would need to leave, and not really a reason that the partner would need to leave, and yet they did it anyway. And it bugs me. Like, it seriously like bugged me, and it still does. Man, Bitter Cold first battle is just not that good. I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, Oh, here we go. Okay, this one's good though. I need to leave, but this was really good. I'll say the music, the boss fights and stuff are not, like, the soundtrack is not quite as good in Gates, but this one's good. This one slaps. This one's really good. God, this is so good. I love these games. I love these games. I love them so much. Joshua's raiding with a party of 2. Hi. So sorry to say that I'm leaving. I just refuse to leave because I'm so enamored by the Bitter Cold final battle music. Hello, welcome. You can look at the drawing that we did today. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Joshua. Very epic. Yeah, I would say welcome to the stream, but I'm literally, we just hit the 3-hour mark. I'm supposed to leave now. I'm sorry. Thank you though. Thank you. Yeah, so to recap, we worked on these cool blueberries and a little bit of the kiwi. That was it. All right, let me move this. Where's my cursor? Okay. Okay. I saw you were live. I was like, wait, I know this person. Yeah, I've been going for a while, so I'm like, oh, I have work early tomorrow. I gotta leave. But I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Usually there's no one else streaming this late in the day. But thank you. Alright, I'm going to stop recording now. Say bye to the VOD watchers.